A profound truth has completely reshaped my understanding of suffering, and today I want to share something that could forever alter how you perceive your deepest pains. What you're about to uncover isn't merely a fresh viewpoint on anguish, but a groundbreaking insight connecting ancient biblical wisdom with potent principles of manifestation and inner healing. For decades, we've been led to believe that pain serves as a penalty, a consequence for our missteps, an unavoidable aspect of life. But what if I told you that the very pain you carry, this seemingly endless distress, is actually the most sacred summons you could ever receive? A call to awaken an inherent power within you, a power consistently unveiled in the scriptures, yet genuinely understood by so few. If this revelation resonates with your spirit right now, I invite you to show your support by liking this video. Every like confirms that someone is ready to break free from the old shackles of limiting beliefs. And if you feel a deeper purpose led you here, please subscribe to the channel, as together we will unravel mysteries that possess the potential to forever change your journey. The Bible reveals in Proverbs 23 verse 7, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." This isn't merely a beautiful adage, it's a universal law governing the very essence of human existence. Your thoughts, your emotions, your inner vibration are not just reflections of your reality, they are its architects. And when we grasp this deeply, we realize that pain isn't a cosmic error, but rather a divinely guided navigation system. Consider this: when you experience physical pain, what is your body doing? It's sending a signal, an urgent alert for you to attend to something that requires care. Emotional and spiritual pain operates in precisely the same manner. It's your soul's internal GPS, indicating that you've strayed from your authentic path, from your inherent frequency of love and abundance. Jesus, the ultimate master of manifestation who walked the earth, taught us in Matthew 21 verse 22, "And whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you have faith." Yet, here lies the secret many miss. True faith isn't just believing that something might occur. Authentic faith is a complete alignment of your heart, mind, and soul with the very frequency of what you intend to manifest. When you're experiencing pain, when you're suffering, you are automatically out of sync with this frequency of faith. This is precisely why pain emerges, not to punish you, but to awaken you. It serves as a divine alarm declaring, "Wake up! You're asleep at the wheel of your own creation." Now you might be thinking, "But I didn't choose to suffer. I didn't consciously manifest this pain." And you're right, at least on a conscious level. However, here's a profound truth that may challenge your convictions. 95% of our thoughts originate from the subconscious. 95%? This implies that the majority of your creation unfolds at a level you aren't even aware of. Your subconscious patterns, inherited beliefs, unprocessed fears, unhealed wounds, all these are constantly transmitting signals to the universe, perpetually attracting experiences that mirror your internal vibration. And when that vibration is rooted in pain, fear, or limitation, that is precisely what materializes in your external reality. But here's the empowering news, the revelation that can shift everything. The moment you become aware of this pain, the instant you recognize it as an invitation rather than a condemnation, you gain the power to transmute it. You evolve into a spiritual alchemist, capable of transforming lead into gold, suffering into wisdom, and pain into profound strength. If this truth resonates within your being, if something deep inside stirs, acknowledging this wisdom, I've prepared something special that can dramatically accelerate your transformative journey. In the pinned comment of this video, you'll discover access to a method that has guided thousands of individuals in completely reprogramming their subconscious patterns. Don't let this moment pass. Your soul is yearning for this healing. Let's delve deeper into this revolutionary understanding. Pain, in all its manifestations, consistently carries a message. When you experience anxiety, your soul is signaling, "You are focusing on what you don't want. rather than on what you truly desire. When deep sadness grips you, your heart whispers, "You are remembering who you are not instead of recalling who you truly are." When anger surges, your energy shouts, "You are surrendering your power to external factors instead of reclaiming your inner authority." The Bible instructs us in Philippians 4, verse 8, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." This isn't merely beautiful moral advice. It's precise guidance on how to calibrate your vibrational frequency to attract what is genuinely beneficial for your life. But how do we put this into practice when we are submerged in pain? How do we keep our focus on what is true, noble, and right when our reality seems to be crumbling? This is where true spiritual alchemy begins. Firstly, it's crucial to understand that resisting pain only intensifies it. What you resist persists. What you deny amplifies. Pain demands to be felt, acknowledged, and honored as the sacred messenger it is. But, and this is a critical but, it doesn't have to become your permanent identity. Imagine pain as a visitor knocking at your door. You can choose to greet it with hostility, trying to force it away, and it will only knock louder and louder. Or you can choose to open the door, look it in the eye, and ask, "What have you come to teach me? What message have you brought?" When you do this, something transformative occurs. The pain fulfills its purpose and naturally begins to transform. This is the distinction between being a victim of your circumstances and being a conscious co-creator of your reality. Victims ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Co-creators ask, "What is this trying to show me? How can I use this experience to expand my consciousness and elevate my vibration?" Jesus perfectly demonstrated this during his moments of greatest suffering. In Gethsemane, he didn't deny his pain or anguish. He felt it completely, but then did something extraordinary. He surrendered it to the Father, aligning his personal will with divine will. "Not my will, but yours be done." This embodies the essence of conscious manifestation, aligning our limited will with the infinite will that always desires our highest good. Now you might be wondering, how can I align my will with divine will when I don't even know what God desires for me? This profound question often uncovers a fundamental misunderstanding about the divine nature. God is not a distant tyrant who wishes for you to suffer to learn lessons. God is pure love, and love inherently desires expansion, joy, abundance, and wholeness for its children. God's will for you is for you to be entirely yourself, not the diminished version the world tried to convince you to be, but the magnificent version you truly are. God's will is for you to experience unconditional love, peace beyond all understanding, indescribable joy, and abundance in every facet of your life. So why isn't this our constant experience? Because we've been conditioned to believe we deserve less, that we are small, that we must prove our worth, that life is a perpetual struggle. These conditionings forge vibrational patterns that draw in corresponding experiences. And when these painful experiences arise, instead of acknowledging them as reflections of our inner patterns, we perceive them as evidence that we are indeed helpless victims. But there is a path to break this cycle, a way to completely reprogram your subconscious patterns and align your vibration with your true divine nature. And this begins with what I call the practice of conscious transmutation. Whenever you feel pain, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, instead of fleeing from it or completely identifying with it, do the following. Pause, breathe deeply, and internally state, "I acknowledge you, pain. I honor the message you've brought. Now show me what you want me to see." Then, in silence, allow the true message to reveal itself. Perhaps you'll discover that your anxiety about the future is revealing a need to trust more deeply in the divine process. Perhaps your sadness about the past is showing you a need for forgiveness, of yourself or others. Perhaps your anger about injustices is indicating a need to reclaim your personal power and establish healthier boundaries. Every pain holds specific wisdom. Every suffering carries a key to a door of liberation. But this key only functions when you cease fighting against the pain and begin to dance with it, when you stop perceiving it as your adversary and start recognizing it as your most dedicated teacher. The Bible assures us in Romans 8, verse 28, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him." This is not merely a comforting promise, it is a universal law. Everything, absolutely everything in your life, including your deepest sorrows, is conspiring for your growth, your evolution, your greatest expression of love and power. But here's the crucial secret that few grasp. This promise is fulfilled only when you consciously choose to extract the good from every experience. The universe doesn't perform this automatically for you. You must be an active participant in the process of transformation. This means that every time you encounter a difficulty, you have a fundamental choice to make. You can choose the role of victim, focusing on what's wrong, what you've lost, what isn't working. Or you can choose the role of alchemist, asking, how can I leverage this experience to become stronger, wiser, more compassionate? How can I allow this pain to open me to deeper levels of love and understanding? When you consistently choose the latter, something extraordinary begins to unfold. You not only heal your present pains, but you also mend past wounds that may have been influencing your vibration for years or even decades. You become a magnet for experiences that align with your new frequency of wisdom, strength, and love. And this is where the law of attraction truly becomes powerful. It's not just about visualizing good things and magically expecting them to appear. It's about transforming yourself internally in such a way that you naturally attract experiences corresponding to your new state of being. When you heal your deep wounds, when you transmute your pains into wisdom, when you align your vibration with your true divine nature, you don't need to force anything to happen. The right opportunities, the right people, the right resources naturally flow into your life because you have become a vibrational magnet for them. But this transformation demands courage. It requires the courage to confront your deepest pains without fleeing. It requires the courage to question beliefs you've carried your entire life. It requires the courage to assume complete responsibility for your life experience, not as a means of blaming yourself, but as a path to empowerment. When you take full ownership of your vibration, your frequency, your patterns of thought and emotion, you become the conscious director of your life instead of merely an actor reacting to someone else's script. And here is a profound revelation that can alter everything. Your greatest pains often point to your greatest gifts. The area of your life where you have suffered the most is frequently the area where you possess the most wisdom to offer others. Your deepest wound, once healed, becomes your most profound source of power. Consider the great spiritual masters, the most powerful healers, the most impactful teachers. Almost all of them navigated periods of intense pain and suffering. But instead of allowing that pain to break them, they harnessed it as fuel for their transformation. They allowed their wounds to become windows, their scars to become guiding stars for others navigating through darkness. Perhaps your pain in relationships is preparing you to become a healer of broken hearts. Perhaps your financial struggles are teaching you principles of abundance that you will one day share with others. Perhaps your battle with anxiety is bestowing upon you a deep understanding of peace that you will be able to teach through your very example. Your pains are not interruptions on your journey. They are essential components of your divine curriculum. They are shaping you, refining you, preparing you to be an instrument of healing and transformation in the world. But for this to happen, you must stop viewing your pains as evidence of your inadequacy and start seeing them as evidence of your importance. The universe does not waste pain. Every pain serves a divine purpose, even when, especially when, that purpose isn't immediately apparent. The key lies in cultivating what I call the eagle's vision. the ability to ascend above immediate circumstances and perceive the larger pattern, the grander purpose, the divine dance of which you are an essential part. When you develop this vision, you begin to understand that nothing in your life is accidental. Your pains, your challenges, your apparent failures, all are carefully orchestrated elements of a divine plan that is constantly conspiring for your ultimate good. And this is where true faith becomes actionable. Faith isn't simply believing that God exists. Faith is trusting that, even when you cannot discern the path ahead, even when your pain seems meaningless, even when your circumstances appear insurmountable, a loving intelligence is orchestrating everything for your ultimate benefit. This faith is not passive. It is profoundly active. It compels you to act in alignment with your highest vision, even when your current circumstances seem to contradict that vision. It empowers you to plant seeds of love when everything around you seems like hatred, to speak words of hope when all appears hopeless, to maintain your elevated vibration even when the world attempts to pull you down. And when you consistently sustain this elevated vibration, especially amidst pain, you not only heal yourself, but you become a catalyst for healing for everyone around you. Your presence becomes a balm. Your energy transforms into a blessing. Your life becomes a living testament to the transformative power of love. But how do we practically maintain this elevated vibration? How do we remain centered in the light when darkness feels so overwhelming? Here are some practices that can utterly transform your life. First, cultivate the habit of radical gratitude. Not just gratitude for the good things in your life, but gratitude for the challenging experiences that are shaping and strengthening you. Each morning, before even leaving your bed, identify 3 things for which you can be genuinely thankful, including challenges that are teaching you something valuable. Second, practice what I call transmutation breathing. Whenever you feel pain or emotional discomfort, breathe consciously. On the inhale, imagine you are drawing in golden light that dissolves the pain. On the exhale, visualize releasing that pain, transformed into love and wisdom, back into the world. Third, cultivate the practice of radical forgiveness, not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself for all the mistakes you believe you've made. Understand that there are no true mistakes, only learning experiences. Every error was a growth opportunity in disguise. Fourth, carve out daily moments of sacred stillness where you connect with your true divine nature. In these moments, you recall who you truly are beyond your temporary circumstances. You reconnect with the inexhaustible source of love, wisdom, and power that resides within you. And finally, practice what I term the vision of the healed future. Regularly visualize yourself completely healed, utterly fulfilled, living the life of your highest aspirations. Not as an escapist fantasy, but as an inevitable reality you are magnetizing through your elevated vibration. When you consistently engage in these disciplines, something magical begins to unfold. Your pains start to spontaneously transform. Seemingly impossible situations begin to resolve in miraculous ways. People and opportunities start appearing in your life in ways that feel divinely orchestrated. This is not mere coincidence. It is universal law in action. When you elevate your vibration, you automatically draw in experiences that correspond to that higher vibration. When you heal your inner wounds, you cease attracting situations that resonate with those wounds. And here is the most extraordinary revelation of all. When you become a master of pain transmutation, you don't just change your own life. You become an agent of healing for the entire planet. Your healed light becomes a beacon for others still navigating through darkness. Your example serves as living proof that transformation is indeed possible. Recall Jesus' words, "You are the light of the world." This isn't a metaphor. It is literally true. When you heal yourself, when you transform your pain into power, you become a source of light that illuminates the path for others. However, this transformation isn't an overnight event. It's a continuous process, a journey, a daily commitment to choosing love over fear, faith over doubt, hope over despair. Some days will be smoother than others. There will be days you feel perfectly aligned with your divine nature. Other days you might find yourself lost in the darkness once more, and that is perfectly fine. It's an inherent part of the process. The healing journey isn't linear. It's a spiral. Sometimes you might feel as though you're revisiting old patterns, but in truth, you're re-engaging with those patterns from a higher, wiser perspective. Each turn of the spiral leads you to a deeper level of understanding and integration. The crucial thing is not to give up. The vital part is to keep choosing growth over stagnation, love over fear, faith over despair. Every choice you make toward the light, no matter how small, is a victory. Every moment you choose to view your pain as a teacher instead of an enemy, you are moving closer to your complete liberation. And here's a promise you can take to the bank. If you genuinely commit to this transmutation process, if you truly embrace your pains as calls to healing, your life will transform in ways you currently cannot even imagine. You will unearth strength you never knew you possessed. You will discover peace amidst chaos. You will experience joy that is independent of external circumstances. You will manifest abundance flowing from an inexhaustible source within you. More than that, you will become an instrument of healing for others. Your presence will bring solace to the afflicted. Your words will carry the power to transform lives. Your energy will radiate unconditional love capable of melting the hardest hearts. This is your true calling. This is why you are here. Not to suffer indefinitely, but to transform suffering into wisdom, wounds into windows, pain into power. You are here to be a living demonstration of the possibility of healing, an embodied example that transformation is not just possible, it is inevitable when you align with the universal laws of love. So, the next time pain knocks at your door, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this for?" Instead of resisting, investigate. Instead of victimizing yourself, empower yourself. Remember that this pain is not your ultimate destination. It is merely a temporary stop on your journey to complete freedom. Your healing is within reach. Your transformation is available now. Your power is waiting to be claimed. All you need to do is choose to perceive your pains for what they truly are. Sacred invitations to awaken the divine power that has always resided within you. The world awaits your healed light. The world needs your example of transformation. The world yearns for the wisdom that will emerge from your healed wounds. Do not deprive the world, and do not deprive yourself of this extraordinary gift. If this message has deeply resonated with you, if something within your being says yes to this truth, please leave a like on this video so more people can discover this life-changing revelation. And subscribe to the channel, because your journey of transformation has just begun. Together, we will continue exploring the profound mysteries of conscious manifestation and true healing. Remember, the pain you carry is not a punishment. It is a calling. It is an invitation. It is a gateway to a more powerful, wiser, more loving version of yourself. Accept the invitation. Walk through the door. Your transformed life awaits on the other side.